Welcome back. I'm standing in the same place because the video you're about to see was recorded in Wisconsin, and because of the last video, it got long. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about how in real life we actually go through the process of hooking up, a few little tips on things that we do if we're not going to be somewhere very long, plus a few extra little upgrades. It is time to start getting ready to head back, and I added a few things on this trip that I did not talk about a few videos ago, with some upgrades that I do want to kind of talk about and kind of go through, because I think some of them are incredibly valuable. All right, so we're right in the middle of doing one of our dumps before we leave in the morning, kind of getting cleaned up. Yes, I know there's a ton of water. That's my bad. I didn't get the quick connect on quite right. But I added these new Restmo water kind of valves. I know this one's straight. I'd love to get an elbow like this one for this one. I just don't have it at the moment, so I will at some point. But I like this because it's actually digital. You can see I have one down here too. I actually had to ship these to an Amazon locker up here in the Dells. So this is our fresh water supply. If you just tap it, you kind of get an auto. So every time the flow kind of stops, it'll reset itself automatically. You get an average kind of gallons per usage kind of a thing total. So since I installed it, I've used about 11.7 gallons. But it'll also give you a gallons per minute on the flow that you're actively on, which is kind of cool. So, and then you can reset it just by pressing and holding. So this one I'm going to leave in auto most of the time. To give you an example, like this one, it actually says 10.4 there. So that's how many gallons have gone into our black tank dump at the moment. I need to get that seal's not holding either as well. So as you can tell, it's kind of already coming apart. But right now, gallon per minute, we're averaging about 2.9 gallons per minute. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things that it's handy to know whenever we are putting water at the black tank flush or filling a tank, just knowing exactly how many actually went into it. Now, as far as accuracy, I'll need to test that at some point, but for now, I really like these. All right, another thing I was really excited to try was that, and there's nothing flowing through it at the moment, but the Camco Sewer Pro. I will tell you that, not that putting the threaded one in that you screw in from Camco is difficult, but sometimes it just doesn't match up, and it's one of those things that you kind of take your time with it sometimes. Sometimes it goes in immediately, sometimes it takes a few minutes. This was super simple. So literally it was just pop it in, pull that handle down, and you're done, and it was super secure. And have absolutely loved everything about that so far. So I would definitely say if you're looking at getting a new actual connection, so I would actually spend the little extra money, do the Camco Pro one. Can't go wrong. So when we first left, all the tanks were completely empty, and I didn't really have any meters on how much water was going into either the black tank or the freshwater tank. So I guessed based on time, and I don't know that I don't personally think I put enough water in the black tank to kind of offset solids going down there. So I'm doing a much more thorough dump now, which is earlier than I normally would, considering they were completely empty before, just because I'm trying to avoid that dreaded poop pyramid. So just water's your friend. That's when you're doing black tank stuff. If you're looking at this from that perspective, like it's your 10. We have a 45 gallon black tank. And I honestly don't know how much water I'm going to put in there. I'll probably put about 10 gallons, because I don't know the dimensions of the smaller tanks. I'm used to the 55 gallon ones, and I would put 15 in that. So, I'm going to put 10, maybe 12 in it, and then kind of go from there. The other thing too for us is that because we're part-timers now, the rig's a little light, which is not a bad thing, but when we're towing it, I don't have enough weight forward, considering I don't have sway control except for what's on board the truck kind of built in. So by putting some water in my black tank, it actually puts the black tanks forward to the axle, so it actually puts some weight on the tongue and helps me out. I added quite a bit more after our stop at the Lubs on the way down a couple videos ago, and it was crazy how much better it towed. So I'm going to do something like that again, and then I'm not real sure on that second day what exactly I'm going to do, because we don't have any way of dumping at the house quite yet, but I also want to take some in my black tank, or because my fresh tank's over the axles, everything else is forward, so I'm not sure. We'll kind of see. You ever had that feeling that you're so full because all you did for about 6 days was eat stuff?
That is not all we did. We walked, just like right now.
Choked up over it?
And we played mini golf. That was very athletic.
I am a finely tuned athlete after all. So this is our last little walk down. We've been back, like showed you some of the stuff we're doing, some of the new things that I added to the rig while we were here in the Wisconsin Dells. But we're making one last little trip. We had dinner off camera. And somebody brought up an item that pretty much gets us to say yes every time. Doesn't matter who says it.
That's true.
If you say, hey, there's ice cream over there, okay.
Well, I mean, we're in like America's Dairyland. Isn't that what's on the license plate?
Yes.
Like, come on.
So,
we have to go get ice cream.
So we're walking back to the area we said we weren't going back to again.
That's right. Yes.
Plus, it's good to get a little bit more of a walk in. Typically, so we're going to get up early in the morning. Early. And we're going to be on the road. So we try to get a little more motion the night before.
Yeah, we took the dogs on the nice long walk,
Yep.
doing this, that sort of stuff.
And now we're taking ourselves on one more of those walks with a reward at the end.
See, we didn't just eat.
Yeah, that's true. So, all right, back to the downtown area. And we are back downtown. Uno más. We can always get more fudge.
No. No.
Ice cream only. Got it. We were walking back from getting ice cream. And naturally, Lauren found this. Oh. Oh, he's trying to get to the grass.
Is that the spot? Yeah, get it.
What are you doing? Like, that's not food.
Look at you, you're not fat.
I think somebody misses her donkeys. Okay, on that note, if you're in the Dells and you're looking for good ice cream, Huckleberries was great. If you're staying at the campground we're at, Sherwood Forest, you can literally walk down there. It was 0.7 miles to the ice cream and 0.7 back. We made it halfway back, and then distractions happened. Distraction? Distract D.
No regrets.
He didn't hear that. She said no regrets, just like you thought she said it. So, Huckleberries good. Plan an extra 20 minutes for donkeys. We're officially in kind of get ready to go mode. I know we've done a few things throughout the day. One of our big routines when it's the night before a big travel day is we'll knock some of the stuff out the night before. I'll get my hitch in the right position, which it already is. We were here so short of a time, I went ahead and just left it there. We'll get everything back out. So typically in the truck, I'll have our Garmin here and then our Halo View with the TPMS monitoring there. Kind of an anti-theft idea to go ahead and remove them and put them away so they're not just out, even though the Garmin charging thing's there, but there's obviously not a unit there. So I'll go ahead and put those back up. And like you saw earlier, we kind of did the black tank dump and all of that tonight as well. So that's all done. Now, depending on how long of a drive day we have and how early we have to leave in the morning, will determine if I disconnect any of our services tonight. So, for instance, right now, we're fully hooked up still. I got sewer hooked up, I've got water hooked up, and I've got electrical hooked up. Electrical will stay hooked up to the last moment. But we're going to take showers. So I went ahead and opened that gray tank for the shower, and we're going to go ahead and just take those showers. I put a few extra gallons of water in the fresh tank. And then when we're done with our showers, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect water and sewer and go ahead and put those away. We are going to try and get up and be gone within 30 to 45 minutes of waking up, hopefully no later than 7 a.m. And so anything I can do tonight kind of helps prevent a accidental quick put away and kind of messing stuff up, because when you speed through stuff is typically when you make mistakes. So if I can slow down and take that now, we'll do that. So I'm going to get the truck set up for travel, and then we'll see where Lauren's at with her shower, and then I will jump in my shower and we'll go from there. Also, I found this awesome shirt, and if you can't read it, It says, I don't always whoop, but when I do, there it is. And just like that, we're hooked back up, and our time in the Wisconsin Dells has come to an end. What are we going to do without all our cheese and fudge? We had a blast here. It encompassed 2 videos for you guys, so hopefully you enjoyed seeing it through our eyes and camera lens.
I will say, if you have never been and you are planning to come, the one thing I would recommend we didn't show you is a boat tour of some sort. Either get on the Ducks or do the Dells tour or something like that. We've done that several times. We didn't do it this time, but highly recommend.
We'll actually, in the description below, put some of our favorite things that we didn't do, just so that you guys are aware. Because we've spent so much time here with my family and me growing up, there's a lot more things that we've done that we just didn't do this trip. So, with that, we start the 1,100-mile trek back to home base in Texas. So, we'll maybe see you on the road. Bye.
Bye, Mom.
My windows open.